Houston Rockets fans, it is time. It is that time of the year. The season is upon us.
When you said that, bro, the first thing I could think of was the dude from USC be like, "It's time."
Main event of the evening. Uh, Rockets got some big news, of course. Re-signed Jalen Green, re-signed Sengun to their extensions. Jalen Green, 106 million rookie contract extension for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Player option in the third. Uh, Sengun got a 5 year deal, $185 million, fifth year
Mm-hmm.
player option. So Green will
I
be
kind of
making,
expected the Jalen one to come.
yeah,
Okay, let me put it to you like this: when Jalen's came, I wasn't shocked, but I really wasn't expecting Sengun's to come.
yeah,
Not because of like um, style of play or whether you like him or not or whatever the fuck, but I felt like they were gonna wait for Van Vliet to come off the books. That's a shit ton of money, bro. That's
yeah.
like $37 million.
Yeah, so they broke it down 37 million for Shingun and then 35.3 for Jalen Green.
Yes.
Um, I mean, he did say he wants to keep that core intact. Next up is Jabari and Tari, of course. We'll see how that goes as the waiting game plays out. But I mean,
Tari's will be see like Jalen's is in between of a
yeah,
max and a prove it,
yeah,
but it benefits him because he's getting paid now. So say for instance he does have a shitty year, still get his money,
yeah,
and say he has an amazing couple years, he's gonna be able to opt out in the prime of his career when nobody else can.
yeah,
So like he's kind of taking a risk on himself, but also securing the bag in a sense.
yeah,
And Sengun's secure in the bag. I just wasn't expecting them to give Sengun 37 million when his cap hold would have only been 16. So essentially, it feels like, and I could be wrong because I don't know fucking GM money numbers, but it feels like it took a opportunity to get a big name free agent next offseason away from us by giving him that now.
yeah. It kind of feels like even with, I mean, we're looking at the numbers, we can one day, but it seems like they're buying in. All right, you two are my cornerstones type of thing, and we're gonna keep building around you two. I mean, you look at the core seven, it's kind of
I feel like there's gonna be and no nothing unfair to Jalen, but I feel like there's gonna be unrealistic expectation put on him. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded before this contract's over.
I wouldn't either.
I don't think Sengun will get moved at all anymore. Like the notion of that happening is just not true.
Yeah, it seems like somebody. I mean, we've said it before on this channel that it feels like one of them is going to be traded at some point, maybe.
Well,
And
I think what'll happen is like you'll play this season, like the next couple out to see what happens,
yeah,
and then you're gonna try to bring in a big name player to cover up for what somebody's not doing. Who's to say it's not Sengun that gets traded? But those are very favorable contracts to be traded.
yeah.
Also, so I'm
Um,
cool with it. I guess. I mean, it ain't my fucking money, and I don't want either one of them to go just yet. So
True. Yeah, Shamgoon said he's extremely happy. He's comfortable now. He can focus on basketball only. His next goal is to bring a championship here. He says he loves Houston. Jalen Green says, I love Houston. I'm glad we got something done. He can focus on basketball now. So, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on him. Like,
I think there's more pressure on Jalen only because there's replacements for him.
true. That position, that is a position that is a little bit easily more,
I mean, you could easily say, "Oh, well, then Cam Whitmore's a two. You could play a
yeah,
min at the two. Dylan Brooks can bump down to the two. So Sengun, that's pretty much your only scoring option as a big.
yeah. Looking at the team as a whole, first game began Charlotte. There's a lot of people that are saying that we didn't get better this year,
Well, I call
but
bullshit on that.
and exactly what I was gonna say. I mean, there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, the Rockets were supposed to take another leap." and they didn't get better. They didn't bring anybody in on stuff, but you really didn't have to. You got Steven Adams in a trade last year. He's healthy. That's one.
Tari Eason's healthy. That's
Two.
two. You
Yeah.
bring in Reed Shepard, who might be the very best player in this draft. That's three.
Yes.
So how the hell did you not get better?
And then you have your two players in their fourth year that look like
Yes,
they're going to take another leap. Jabari and Tari look like they're going to take a leap. Cam
who
and
are very
Amin,
efficient players. Very efficient players.
yes. And then Cam and Amin look like they're going to take another leap. So it's like, if you
Who
buy in on
are
young talent, it's like I really don't need to do much. Like, I mean,
I could put it to you like this: the play-in teams last year got in at 46 wins, right?
yeah,
We had 41 wins. I can almost count about 7 or 8 games that we lost at the end of games that we should have won, which means we were in the mix to be in the play-in. So just by getting your pieces back that you were already paying for, you're in theory better. Not only that, is it's just not any players. You have Tari, who's he's just a defensive guy. He's an offensive rebounder. Steven Adams, the best offensive rebounder in the league,
yeah,
pick setter, can guard the post, which was a problem for us. Like we're better. We're a better team than last year.
I agree. We've said it before. I'm a little hyped for this season. We know it's playing playoffs or bust. I mean, that's realistically what the
Man, I'm
expectation
gonna
should be.
be honest with you. I'm about if this is the line, I'm on the line of I think we could get a playoff spot, like
Yeah,
surpass the playoff. Like there's a chance that we could do that
yeah,
because like I'm not hyped for anything on the Rockets particular because you don't know what the lineups are going to be from game to game. Like Ime's going to play hot hands.
yeah,
So like to say, oh, this player needs to do this, this player needs to do that is like only partially true because a guy has a bad game, he's going to just sit the rest of that bad game on the fucking bench. But as a team, the way we're going to play, it is conducive to winning. And I don't see a lot of teams in the West matching up with that. Now, the only thing that makes me nervous is there's some teams that were counted out last year I think are going to be better, like Phoenix, Memphis.
Sacramento. Yeah,
No, they were better than us last year anyway, so they should probably still be a little bit better.
San Antonio.
Fuck those
That's
guys.
yeah. No, I agree though. There's going to be teams. I mean, barring injury, of course, for every team, but there's some teams that stay pat, and I mean, Denver and those guys. Lakers got the number one rookie Bronny. But you got you got teams though that made some trades, like Minnesota got cat out of the West. So
hmm
there's shakeups for sure, but I feel like in the West, there's a lot of questions. I mean, the Klay Thompson going to Dallas, the Golden State losing Klay Thompson, like so it leaves a very wide open hole for a Rockets core that was pretty much together last year,
It's
learning.
even surpasses the core, bro. All those teams. I'll put it to you like this: the only teams in the West who are as deep as Houston. God forbid anybody gets hurt, but I don't fear injury from anybody other than Sengun because I think anybody else can be replaced with a backup. Because you can literally go 12 men deep on our team and not skip a beat. But then also, like I said, Sengun's your only post scorer, so I don't want to lose him. My
Yeah,
point is, other than fucking like OKC, who I think might win this championship, and like Denver, who's deep is Houston in the West? Minnesota, maybe?
maybe,
Maybe?
but yeah. But yeah, it's if things are hitting right from veterans to, I mean, most of this year we forgot people forgot Dylan Brooks is even on this team just because the rest of the
Exactly.
guys are like,
I 9 minutes and 21 seconds into the video, we haven't even said Fred Van Vliet.
I know he's the starting point guard, and we're just like, like I mean, the young guys, it's kind of feels like we started seeing it at the end of the last year. I mean, Jalen in March was a totally different beast. Shingun before the injury was balling. So you saw spurts of it last year, and then Amin, of course, doing his thing. Cam doing his thing. Had to dial it back, but still give that energy out. Second year of his stuff, and then the rookie we've already talked about him. Like that's
My favorite player, bro, might be Amin Thompson. The boy can't shoot. he couldn't shoot a bazooka at the backboard, but he might be my favorite player because he's just a matchup nightmare. He can do any. He's the X factor, bro. If you told that fool I just need you to go rebound, he can just go rebound. If you told him to go create mismatches, he's gonna. He's so good, bro. He's so good.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at the team. I mean, I think people are underestimating the Steven Adams trade from last year into this year, of how well those screens are going to be important for our guys, the toughness, the veteranship of it. Like Jeff Green played a lot of those minutes, and now he can kind of just be the Uncle Green on the bench, kind of
I was
like
gonna say, like, if Jabari don't get his shit together, he gonna lose those minutes again, and it may
yeah,
not even be to Uncle Jeff, like Tari. A man can
yeah,
play the four. You know what I'm saying? You could easily bump Sengun to the four and play him with Steven Adams, which would help it a lot.
yeah.
Like, there's just so many different. You could play big, you could play small, you could play really small, you could play really big. You can literally do whatever the hell you want with this. We got a pantry full of groceries, so we can cook it up how you want it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is a team though that I mean I'm hyped for it. If you have not been watching Rockets games, we get it. We get it. It's been tough. Last year was fun. We will say that we missed a fun season, even though we only won 41 games, which is a very big improvement. But I mean, looking at the whole of it, I get people are the James Harden thing. This rebuild is still going. They got picks still all the way up to like 2030. Um,
Yep. It's
yeah,
so you're in a rebuild with expectation. Like
yeah.
you just re-signed two people who come off of the rebuild, so you're doing good. We're fine. We're good.
Yeah, it's like it's a process, and
It's
I
so
mean,
funny to me because like one of the funniest things to me that I heard was Cam Whitmore. They're talking about Cam Whitmore being a better defender, and all that fool had to say was, "Well, I'm trying to be a 3 level scorer." Fuck that defense.
oh, that guy there is funny.
We're good. I predict definitely playing at the very least. Playoff is possible. 48 win team.
Ooh, that's what I was gonna ask. What you think?
I got 48 wins.
I can see 48.
I I just feel like Dallas regresses because that's what Dallas does.
Yeah.
That especially under with Luca is they'll have a good season and they'll shit the bed the next one. San Antonio's not ready to play with us. I'm not sold on anything New Orleans does, so I think that we're gonna win a lot of games in our division.
It's like I want to see how we do in that tournament, even though it means absolutely nothing. But I have a feeling a lot of these other guys that want that payday will play hard
Hmm.
in it.
One player on this team that you would put, I don't want to say expectations on, but you're gonna put the spotlight on because I need you to do better. Who would it be?
Jabari.
Bingo. That's the exact same person I was gonna say. Jabari. Like I need you to show that you were worth that third pick. Uh Listen, we had this conversation at the gym the other day with the Wave God, and he was like, he fucking played at Auburn. It's like there's still people sold on the fact that he shouldn't have been our pick. You know what I mean? I get why he was because of the hype at the time, but I need you to kind of step up into the role of the third best player on the team.
Yes, because we said it even that day. We've seen spurts of his defense going against Tatum, going against Anthony Edwards, going against top guys. I mean, doing
It's
shit.
never going to be on defense for me. I have no
Yeah,
issues with that. It's on the offense.
and nailed
Figure
it.
out your role. You know what I mean?
Yes, like the preseason game where he got like 11 points, 9 rebounds. Hey, if it's a sneaky game like that, and as long as we can see the game and we're like, oh, Jabari's doing stuff, Jabari's moving without the ball, Jabari's doing this. That's what we're talking about. It's those games where it's 0 for 5 and you touch the like you got 1 rebound and you were just out there doing cardio. It's like, come on, bro. Like we can't have those games.
Hmm.
Like
My
that's
thing
what
is the like take when Sengun's not ball hogging in the middle of the paint and he goes to the bench first, which I get it. It's unfair to Jabari because Jabari was always the first one to the bench. But when Sengun's on the court, he should play a little bit of that role. Like, do what you have to do to go get the ball in your spot and work from there instead of trying to do your work from the 3 point line with the ball and dribbling because that's not your game. But if you get it from 20 feet, you're good enough to two dribble pull up or something. You could shoot over fucking everybody, bro. You're fucking 7 foot tall, damn near.
yes.
So just pick your spots better and sniff that 16, 18 point a game
It
average, and fuck, I'm good with it.
it's like when, and I mean, I'm gonna hate using this comparison because he always gets compared to this guy, and we do not feel he is comparable to this guy. But like Murray and Nikola Jokic, when they
Right.
play off of each other, and that one time where what's his name, Aaron Gordon and the other guy, um, the one that gets hurt
Michael
all the time,
Porter.
Michael Porter, when they would be the third option, a
Yes.
legit third option, it was so hard to beat that team
Yes.
because you're guarding those and then him out there, Tatum
I'm gonna
and
be honest with you. Like, quit trying to play a pretty game and just do what you got to do to get a bucket. Like, I am gonna stomp. I'm gonna kick myself in the ass for what I'm about to say. You can go do that same bullshit ass move Pascal Siakam does for that one move he has for buckets, and I'm fine with it because
yeah,
you're gonna get a bucket or a foul, and you're
yeah,
gonna make your free throws.
yeah. It, I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, yes. I mean, that's true though. You play your part, and I think that's one thing Ime is stressed on. Play your part, do your part on this team
Because
for
we're a better
these,
defensive team when he's on the floor for sure.
oh yeah, oh yeah. No liability at all. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Jalen and Shingun's defense holds up during the season.
Just because you took that player for Jabari, I'm gonna pick another one, and I'm gonna say this: I would need to see the the dog that we paid for in Dylan Brooks. Bring that straight with you. Dirty foul, start shit, stick up for your teammate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you have Steven Adams with you, so we should be a little bit tougher in that aspect. Like, I don't want to hear that. Oh, they're picking on me, bullshit. Well, just let them pick on you. Who cares? You know what I mean? You know how many times I got it sent to the principal's office for doing something I knew I was about to get in trouble for? Fuck it, just do it.
it's like be that Tony Allen guy at times. Like, hey, I need
Yes,
you to just go out there and get in LeBron's head the whole damn game, bro. Piss him the hell off. Cool
yes.
and all that
You
stuff.
don't, it doesn't even have to be talking. Like,
Yeah,
you don't have to be expressive like Pat Bev, but you can be impactful. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you said, like Tony Allen. It's
And
like, I'm just gonna annoy the shit out of you.
he started very well, and then it seems like it wasn't just him. It was that Draymond Green stuff, and then they just started him
Well,
and
you remember
Draymond
last
started.
season he had the altercation with DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
The whole city backed him. Like, none of
yeah,
us were tripping on that. Like, they could have suspended you for all I gave a shit, but we were gonna figure out a way to make you the good guy in that. And then it just feels like he shied away from that.
yeah. He was like, and Ime was vouching like, "Hey, bro, I like that shit. Keep it up." Cam went out. Cam was like, "Hey, bro, you don't want to do it? I'll do it then." And then
Yeah,
Cam started doing it. Freaking Jabari started. People always fight with Jabari,
Cam
and
Whitmore and Amit Thompson started so much shit last year.
they were in people's faces talking shit. I was like, "That's why the Goon Squad was made. They knew what they were
Well, the
talking
problem
about."
is the I think one of the OG goon wasn't there in Tar Eason.
Sorry, yeah, yeah, that's what it was. They're missing one of their horsemen.
And it's funny to say he's the OG goon when he's only played like 60 career games.
It's still still. All right, Rockets, Charlotte, gonna be.
I think Houston wins that easily.
I think we do too. I think it's gonna be a show game for Shingun and Jalen. Uh, somebody else will go off, but I think those two. I'm gonna say I think Jalen puts up a 30 piece, and I think Shingun puts up like a 29 piece.
I'm hesitant to say somebody's going to do anything particular like that just because I know how Ime's going to do rosters. Like I said, he's going with the hot hand, and I'm
I
fine with
just
it.
I don't
But
know
I
what
can
it
promise
is.
you there's going to be a lot more games than not where somebody's got a hot hand.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Father Jalen, right now, I'm all on you, bro, because
I
you look.
think you ain't got to preach to me, bro.
No,
I'm the
I
biggest
know.
Jalen Green fan. Like, I don't know why. It might be because he and I are both Filipino, but I've always been a Jalen fan, and I'm with it. I
I
just don't understand the notion of why people don't want him on the team. I was like, you think you could just find 20-point scores in the NBA? I don't
it's
care what you say. They don't come around that often.
for me, it's the comparison thing, and it's if you compare people, then that's only on your ability, not you, but like those
Yeah.
people's ability, and the fact that Jalen Green, shooting guard, James Harden, two totally opposite players, bro. And if you want the James Harden, he's not it, bro. but he can be a very productive Devin Booker type. He could be a
That's
very
what I was
productive
when we
Bradley
were
Beal, kind of
arguing
like
when I
you
was
said.
talking to Wave God. I was like, bro, he can even if he's just a Bradley Bill, that's fucking fine. I'll
Yeah.
take 28 points.
How many people wanted to trade for Bradley Bill the whole time and all that stuff? I said those guys are key in games. It's like there's so many times where it's like, oh, I need a hot hand. Boom, go, 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 go. It's like that's fine. And what he's doing
Another
this
thing I
year,
want to see this season, I want Sengun to average at least three pointers shot a game.
yes, don't shy away from that shit anymore.
Hell no.
Because Ime would literally walk on the court and be like, shoot the damn ball. And he was just like,
Because Sengun don't realize like we can play Adams, we could play Landale, we could play him at center, but he's probably the best 3 point shooter of the group. I don't see
no,
Steven Adams shoot that shit at all.
no, no, no.
So you got to open the court up for the rest of the guys
Yeah.
because them motherfuckers in trouble if they got to guard some of our people ones.
The way Jalen and Cam be moving and grooving is
Shit, even Reed Shepard, bro,
yeah.
he's underrated. His athleticism is underrated to me.
When he had Alvarado on some skates in preseason, I was like,
Shit, he
oh,
had DeJounte on
yeah.
skates.
I was like, oh, this dude, this a whole white boy.
And I still say it. Other than John Morant and De'Aaron Fox, I think Amin Thompson's fast player in the league. The dude, he's like a fucking joystick. He goes whatever direction he wants to effortlessly. You know what I'm saying? It's just easy, and he
Yeah.
does it at the same speed.
I said, this is gonna be a fun season. Rockets fans, do not miss out. You probably are. You're probably gonna be sleeping on a lot of y'all gonna be sleeping on this team. A lot of you are gonna just not pay attention until December maybe. But that's what you got us for. We'll be
True.
watching these games because I'll be watching every damn game that I can, and it's gonna be fun. This is a competitive team. It's competitive atmosphere. The culture is totally different than what you we were when John Wall and those bums were here.
Bum ass.
Yeah. So Houston, give the Rockets a chance. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. I said if they everything looks the way they stay healthy, it should be a productive season. It should be a play in playoff for sure team. The way it's looking so far. Now they got to play the games. They got to do their work.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, me and Zach like them. We're rooting for them. Any
Mm-hmm.
last minute words there?
The hype train about to take off. You better jump the fuck on it. That's all I can
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, I want to see y'all in February. Man, I was
And also, like, look. BCB been around for 3 years. Jalen and Sengun been around for 3 years. For 3 years, we've talked about who the fuck we're getting rid of. No more. They just both got paid. Like no more. They're neither one of them are going nowhere. So as a Jalen Green fan and a partially known Sengun criticizer, because I'm not a hater, let's agree that we're not gonna talk
yeah.
about that no more.
No, I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah, let's focus on the future. Let's focus on the two franchise players now. That's pretty much what you paid them for, and see what they can do to bring us to a playoff game.
Word.
All right, Houston. All love. Drop your questions, comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe if you made it to this point, and check us out on our Facebooks, TikTok, Instagram, all the fun stuff. Be on the lookout for our videos. Texans mainly right now. We got you covered. We out.